Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Let's just dive right in, because today we are tackling a topic that is literally everywhere, dominating our news feeds, our workplaces, and our homes. We're demystifying artificial intelligence. And my goal for this explainer is super simple. We're going to break down AI not by throwing around a bunch of complex computer science jargon, but by comparing it directly to something we all intimately understand, which is human learning and human experience. Because honestly, when you strip away all the hype, AI is fundamentally just about pattern recognition. Let's get started.
It really all starts with one fundamental question. Think about it for a second. How do you actually teach a computer to think? Historically, computers were incredibly rigid. They only did exactly what we programmed them to do, step by painstaking step. But to teach a machine to think, we had to completely flip our approach. We have to teach it the exact same way you and I learn, through experience. It's about looking at the world, recognizing patterns, and making decisions based on those patterns.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. First, the AI basics. Second, how machines learn. Third, the 3 types of AI. Fourth, machine versus deep learning. Fifth, AI in the real world. And finally, number 6, the future and challenges.
All right, jumping into section 1, the AI basics, understanding the core concept.
So let's strip away all those Hollywood sci-fi tropes for a minute. At its core, artificial intelligence simply enables computers to perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. But what does that actually mean in practice? Well, it means a machine is learning from data to understand language, recognize images, and solve problems. It's literally just learning from experience to make decisions. And the crazy thing is, we already interact with this constantly. If you've ever asked ChatGPT a question, or gotten a spot-on movie recommendation from Netflix, or just unlocked your phone using your face, you are actively using AI-powered technology.
Moving right along to section 2, how machines learn, the 3-step process.
So if AI is all about machines learning from experience, how does that actually work under the hood? It's a lot like teaching a toddler what different animals are. Step 1 is collect data. You point to a dog and say, "Dog." For a computer, this means taking in massive data sets. We're talking mountains of text, images, audio, or user behavior. Then, step 2, train model. The algorithms act like the toddler's learning mind, sifting through all that data to find relationships. If you feed it thousands of images of cats and dogs, the model mathematically notes specific snout shapes or ear sizes. And finally, step 3, make predictions. When it's presented with a brand new image it has never seen before, it uses those learned patterns to accurately identify the animal. It's learning by example, pure and simple.
Next up, section 3, the 3 types of AI, separating fact from fiction.
Time for a quick reality check. On one side, we have narrow AI. This is AI designed to perform highly specific tasks, and spoiler alert, it is the only kind of AI that actually exists today. Things like Google Translate or those recommendation engines, they are brilliantly complex for sure, but they are still narrow AI. Now, on the other side, we have general AI and super AI. General AI is this idea of a machine that could perform literally any intellectual task a human can do, reasoning across totally different fields without any specialized programming. And super AI goes even further. That's the theoretical concept where machines completely exceed human intelligence and creativity. But the major takeaway here is that general AI absolutely does not exist yet, and super AI is purely speculation. Right now, we are firmly living in the era of narrow AI. All right, section 4, machine versus deep learning, the brain analogy.
Let's break down the tech a bit. First, we have machine learning, which is a specific subset of AI. Imagine having to write a computer program to detect spam emails the old-school way. You'd have to write thousands of manual rules, like if the email says free money, block it, or if it's from this exact weird address, block it. It is exhausting and honestly super inefficient. Machine learning just throws out the rulebook. Instead, it learns patterns directly from the data. You feed the machine thousands of examples of what spam looks like, and it figures out the underlying patterns totally on its own. It's a massive shift from manual programming to autonomous pattern finding.
And then we take it a step further with deep learning. You can think of deep learning as a highly advanced subset of machine learning. It uses what we call artificial neural networks, which are actually heavily inspired by the physical structure of your own brain. This brain-like architecture allows the computer to process incredibly complex, deeply layered patterns. So when you see modern AI miracles, like advanced image recognition, self-driving cars navigating chaotic city streets, or those massive language models, this is the heavy lifting technology powering all of it.
Which brings us to section 5, AI in the real world, transforming industries.
We are seeing a massive impact across so many different sectors. Take healthcare, for example. AI is being used right now for disease prediction, instantly analyzing medical images, and radically speeding up drug discovery. Over in finance, they're using pattern recognition to instantly flag credit card fraud, assess risks, and run high-speed algorithmic trading. And in transportation, it goes way beyond just self-driving cars. AI is quietly optimizing our delivery routes and predicting traffic patterns to keep global logistics moving smoothly. It's safe to say it's completely reshaping how these industries operate.
And the reasons for this lightning-fast adoption make total sense. AI leads to much faster decision-making and a huge boost in overall efficiency. Plus, because it's a machine, it doesn't need to sleep. It's available 24/7, automating those repetitive, boring tasks while significantly reducing human error. It can sift through amounts of data that would literally take a human being a lifetime to read. Ultimately, all these benefits are helping organizations save an incredible amount of time, drastically cut their costs, and radically improve their customer experiences.
Finally, Section 6, the future and challenges. Navigating the risks.
Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Relying on these massive mountains of data creates some very real challenges. It raises major privacy concerns and serious data security risks. Then you have to factor in the very real threat of job displacement as more tasks become automated, not to mention a lack of transparency in how some of these complex, black box AI systems actually arrive at their decisions. These are critical, structural issues, and for AI to be integrated safely moving forward, these risks have to be carefully addressed by researchers, tech companies, and governments alike.
Looking ahead, one thing is absolutely certain. AI is going to become even more tightly integrated into our daily lives. We're looking at a horizon filled with much smarter healthcare systems, highly personalized education featuring AI tutors, and far more capable autonomous vehicles. This technology is going to create incredible new opportunities, for sure. But those opportunities absolutely demand responsible development and very careful regulation.
Which brings us to a final thought I want to leave you with today. Throughout this explainer, we've seen how AI directly mirrors human learning, collecting data, observing patterns, and drawing conclusions from the world around it. It is, quite literally, learning from us. So the question we really have to ask ourselves is this: as machines continue to learn from our experience, who will ultimately shape the future of technology, them or us? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Understanding AI is absolutely essential because it truly is one of the most influential technologies of our century. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.